Hey everyone, Tonya Reeves here. What a drama to get on this morning. It's like StreamYard didn't want me to be on here without Tony. How funny is that? So I'm on my phone. I apologize, like I'm a little bit squished here. But anyway, you know what? Doesn't matter because I got here in the end. So hi everyone, Tonya Reeves, Australia's Cowgirl medium, coming at you from at home today, which is really, really exciting to be back home after traveling. Just got back from Tassie, had an amazing couple of weeks. Brisbane was incredible. Brisbane MBS was an absolute blast. Got to meet some really cool people. Rachel, you're one of them. Got to catch up with our crew, and we haven't actually all been back on since MBS. Like, we had Anita there, we had Teresa there, we had a heap of you all catching up, which is Rachel, and there was so many lovely catch ups, and Kim was there as well. And I really value you guys supporting me, especially when I'm interstate, because it's Melbourne's usually where everyone's here for me, but it's great to see that I've got those connections with you all interstate. Hi Leslie. Leslie's an inspiration. Yay, finally get to see you, Leslie. Awesome. Monica, haven't caught up for ages. And Tash, how's everyone coping with this full moon? How crazy is the energy right now? I'd love to hear you hear what's happening for you. Just got back from Tassie. Love Tasmania. Gathering of the Goddesses was amazing. There is Gathering of the Goddesses at the end of this month. So I think around the 25th of March, I will be there doing another show. That's a 3-day festival in the Macedon Ranges. So that's going to be really cool. Hey, Emma, how are you? Great to see you're living your best life and, having a bit of a break. Well-deserved is what I want to say. Well-deserved. Jen, it was so good to see you, Jen, finally in person. Tony's still in Japan. So I kind of went, you know what, we can't miss another week because it's been 2 weeks. And I was like, I'm having major withdrawals. So I'm just going to get on here and say, everyone, everyone contribute. Let's see what's happening. What's going on in your neck of the woods right now? Emma Louise, thank you. Thanks. Thank you for coming. I appreciate that. Absolutely love Tassie. Gathering was great. Georgetown was fantastic. It was. It's been crazy. Like, so in a good way, though, I want to say. So, yeah, what's everyone? I just feel like we're all being pulled to really, really, really stretch ourselves at the moment. So I don't know where everyone's sitting with that, but if things are feeling a little bit crazy, there's a real opportunity right now to look at where, we can do some inner healing, where we can get some support on that. I know for myself, it's been important to connect with like-minded and just be able to get some support moving forward in this. 2023 is a really crazy energy, I've found. Rachel's put here, been exhausted, feel the need to sleep constantly. You've got to honour that, don't you? But, there's a lot happening. Yeah, the house is, woohoo, yes. That's awesome, Rach. The house selling, that would be so cool. Well, we know it's going to happen, just a case of when. And Leslie's put in here, doing a lot more checking in with my body, have been stressed but feeling quite peaceful today. I feel that's kind of what's going on at the minute. We'll sort of go through these ups and downs currently. And I think many people that I've connected with have, experienced that as well. It's like you go along okay, then all of a sudden we do a bit of a deep dive down. But I do feel that the more we explore that right now, currently, the more we explore what's driving us, what is creating us to, it's like connecting to our soul. And it's a really powerful one at the moment, to really be reminded that we need to check in with ourselves. And we are the best ones to be doing that. So, you don't always need somebody else to do that for us, but checking in with where you're sitting at and connecting in where your soul's feeling right now. Because by doing that, it's like we're creating the gateway then for the answers to come to us. And I really feel like there's a lot of power in that right now, and we're allowing ourselves to be a bit elevated, and I do feel we're having a real shift up, and that's all of you guys on this feed. You're all massively intuitive, you've got that psychic stuff happening, and so we're really getting dragged up to the next level a little bit. So that can be feeling exhausting, like Rachel's just shared. G'day, Mel. Good morning. Yeah, and Jen's putting here, same as Leslie, broke my body yesterday, purging big time. Hopefully out the other side. That's crazy, isn't it? Serves me right for eating things body doesn't like. Sometimes we've got to eat things the body doesn't like to then go, I won't do that again for a while. We're slow learners as humans, aren't we? Yeah, I think that's part of our journey here, is we do tend to be a bit slow on the uptake, slow on picking up with what we need and don't need. We kind of know, but we don't want to own it, do we? So yeah, I can relate to that. And Leslie's having crazy dreams. Anyone else having some crazy dreams out there? Good idea to write them down, because we often forget about them, you know. And yeah, really important to do that. Grounding's really important at the moment. And seriously, meditation. I met up with an amazing inspiration for me at the Brisbane MBS, a chap that I'm going to be catching up with over Zoom for a little bit, and he was like, you know, you need to meditate more regularly, and I'm like, okay, I'll up the ante, and I'll tell you what, makes a massive, massive difference. I can feel the difference already, and it just allows me to be able to be in the moment more. And I think that's, for many of us as well, is a really big message right now, is slow down to speed up. So allow yourself to sit and have half a day, whether it's reading, you know, doing a bit of meditation, going for a walk, connecting to nature. Just allow some reset time, because that's where the gold happens. And by gold, I mean that's where spirit gives us the messages. So we need these messages. We need to be listening to what it is our body and our soul is telling us right now. We've got a full moon, so it's, you know, it's really massive. So for many of us, it's not, sleep isn't high on the agenda. So we've actually got that time when we're awake, you know, and fueled by that full moon, to really have a look at that reset and, you know, release what doesn't serve us, but also do a bit of a reset to go, what do I want to do moving forward? And I sometimes say, you know, we get caught up in this big goal picture thing, but sometimes it's just about day-to-day stuff and going, what do I want to achieve this week? You know, what do I want to achieve in the next couple of days? I'm not going to go too far forward, because then you put a lot of pressure, and we don't want pressure on ourselves, you know. It's not at all. And, you know, I think that's a really big thing. So Tasha's got her life's getting in order. That's awesome. Lorinda's popped in here, speaking my truth right now this week. I'm off work to concentrate on me. I love that, Lorinda. Love it, love it, love it. Yeah. So there we go. We've got a lot going. Dreams. Monica's doing a yoga course. Good on you. I love yoga. Absolutely love it. Love. Yeah. So it is. It's so incredible what's happening energetically at the moment, but it's so great. I'm loving that you know what you're all sharing, because we're all, you know, intermingled, and you are not here. You know, you are not here for no reason. So it's like you're here for a reason, and you listening to this for something. Leslie's putting here cards. Pull some cards. Okay, where's the cards? Let me have a look. I can pull cards. Tony's not here to, you know, to remind me to get my stuff together. Right. So I've got cards and more cards. Well, we could do cards. Of course we can do cards. Good suggestion, Leslie. All right, let's pull some cards. Woohoo! And Lisa's on. Hey, Lisa, kicking goals. Good on you. Love to hear that. We really are. For those that have kind of set that intention this year, it's a real mover and shaker year. And if we let go of what we believe things need to be, and this is honestly where I feel the power is, like letting go of what we think life needs to either look like, or the journey that we need to take, and just being an allowance to go, okay, I'm bringing in that abundance. I'm bringing in that reset. I'm bringing in that whatever it is you want to draw to you. And I love, for me, it really is about inner peace right now. And that's been a really powerful one. So, you know, it's like peace, I feel, is, you know, the ultimate. Like, we can have everything else lined up, but if we don't have peace, you know, life doesn't become fun, and and it's not that we have peace all the time. It's just a case of that we up and down with it, but if we can connect in with it, that's great. Evitchka, yay, hello, how are you going with this moon energy? Share some of your amazing wisdom. Oh, I can't comment, you're driving. No, don't do that then. Protective mode, grounding, yeah. A lot of grounding at the moment, 100%. Let's have a look. So I'll pull some from the mediumship card deck, and I will trust that you will. I've got all these cards because I've been away. I've been playing with the cards. They're all mixed up and upside down and all around, which, that's fun. That's a lot of fun. I had great fun at the Goddess Festival handing out my cards. They were all lining up for miles. I was like, wow, I feel like I'm famous. It was so funny. Yeah, look at all these nut eaters. I love nuts too. Yeah, Monica. Monica's always asking for cards, Leslie. Don't worry, you just backed her up. Love it. Love, love, love. Hey, Geordie, how's it going? How you coping with this full moon? We're just talking about how energetically it's been happening. All right, I'm going to pull some of my cards, some of the mediumship deck, and then I've also got, which I feel like energetically we need some goddess love cards. We might pull some of those as well. I've also got these little cards that my cousin sells these in Georgetown at her newsagent. They're funny as. I can pull some of those too. But I don't know whether I'll be allowed to or not. So anyway, let's just pull a few cards. All right. These are messages from your loved ones. So take what you need. I will share them and show the pictures, and trust that, I've got 4 there. Trust the one you resonate with will be the one that you need to hear right now. And then we'll pull some goddess cards to see, if you want specific messages. I'm not great at, because I'm on my phone as well, because my computer decided that StreamYard wasn't going to work. No idea why. I was like, I think StreamYard on my computer went, Tony's not here, so I'm not going to work. That's my thoughts anyway. All right. Card number 44. If anyone's drawn to 44, I play tricks on you all the time, and I know you are not surprised. So this one is a spirit message from a loved one. I feel the number 44 is relevant. So 4s are angel numbers, which are really specific. And I play tricks on you all the time, and I know you're not surprised. So this is about spirit giving you some fun things that are happening around you right now, and you saying yes to, I'm noticing. So I feel that card specifically for someone that's noticing things going AWOL or missing or being moved around, all those fun things that spirit loves to do to us. And it's like, they're being noticed. Rachel's 44. I love it. Well, that would make sense with your brother, Rachel. Real character coming through, doing playing tricks on you. That totally relates. Totally. Hey, Bridget. Good morning. Yay. Second card is number 18. So 18, I visit at night and like to play with the lights. So hands up anyone who's had lights flashing around. So often this can be in the car as well. It can also be, anything electrical flashing. Okay, so anything electrical flashing, spirit saying, hey, I'm here, hello. They love it. They love to acknowledge. Now, this one's a great one, number 19. It's I am happy and free now. And we've got, I need to hold them on that side. I'm a bit unco when it comes to this. Okay, this is a dragonfly. So I do feel for this person who will relate to this. We've got the dragonfly, the flowers. We've got the number 19, this one is, and I'm happy and free now. So to me, that's someone that maybe you might have had a bit of a struggle, throughout life, and there's a sense of freedom now. So again, just trust what comes to you. You'll know which one of these is for you. And Mel, I love it. Dad coming through. Yes, flashing lights. No surprises there. I love it, love it, love it. All right, and our last one from my deck is number 20. I've got them all in line here, 18, 19, 20. Thank you for all that you have done for me is card number 20, and there's hands up. It's a beautiful card with the anchor at the top there. So it's like a total acceptance of thank you. And and when there's that feeling of thank you, like, it's acknowledgement. So all of these cards are reminding you that, spirit is around. They want to be utilized, but there is a thing where they won't tend to step in and help unless you ask. So don't forget to ask. Say, hey, I'm struggling with this. I need help. Come in and give me signs. And then just take a moment to watch for those signs, because they're always around. They always give us messages. Anyone that's been to my shows or had a reading, they give confirmation. They give evidence. We can't make that up. We really can't make that up. Like, just getting that information is really to prove to you that they are around. And they do feel a bit like redundant if you're not asking for help, or you're not getting those messages. Marianne, I love that. 19 can relate. Number 19, mum died on that date in 1985. Love it. Thank you for sharing. That's awesome. And Lisa as well. Yes, so I've got a lot of confirmations. And Leslie's got, relate with the dragonfly. I love animals because I just feel like they're such great messengers from spirit. When I was in Tasmania at the Gathering of the Goddesses, they've got these amazing bumblebees. And these bees are as fat, and they're fluffy, and they're massive. And I think they're an introduced European species, but I don't care. They're just way cute. And they still do, sting, but they're just the cutest things ever. You can't help but be mesmerized. So when I was at the festival, there was one, and I was getting my henna. Where am I? Yeah, my henna done. And the beautiful lady in the tent, we just got on like a house on fire. And there's the bumblebee coming in. And I'm like, I love the bee energy. So bees I totally relate to. And again, they're messengers from the spirit world. So we look at bees. Bees, they all working together. They create honey. There's a lot of abundance around bees. And you've got the yellow and black stripe, which I love that. Just the colors are pretty amazing. Hey Ali, how you going? I hope your beautiful horse is going good and settled in up there. So yeah, it would again, dragonflies, I was, prior to going up and do my show at the Gathering, I had the butterfly. Like, my mum's message is the orange butterfly is a symbol of my mum being around. So I just had one that came up, and it nearly got on my hand. Not quite, but just brushed past. And I was like, hi, Mum. And, she often connects when I'm about to go and get up on stage, or, do connections in a bigger group, especially. I think she likes that. Not that she would have been one to get on stage, but it's like she's in the background going, yeah. So that's pretty cool. Annette's popped in here. Son's number was 7, and it would have been his 30th birthday. Thinking of you, beautiful. That's yeah, it would have been his 30th. So that's beautiful, Annette. Thank you for sharing that. As a mum, losing a child is, you just, and unless you've experienced it, I always say, like, I try and relate, but I do feel that sometimes we have to just hold space and go, you know what? That would be one of the hardest things that anyone would experience. I had a lovely connection with a gentleman the other day, and his son had passed when he was a lot younger. And his son came through and said, I'm so glad Dad takes me everywhere. And I was like, the message came through, and his dad's like, yeah, I've got his ashes. I'm not spreading them or letting them go. I'm keeping them with me. And I was just like blown away. I was like, wow, like how amazing that his son was so happy, and his son had passed suddenly. It was a little bit tragic as well. So it was just so powerful to get that message through. And, I often feel when we lose children, it's like they're still around. They really strongly they might not have spent a long time with us here in our human life, but they certainly like to hang out around us otherwise. So yeah, really thinking of you, Annette, especially for, a big birthday, 30th. I hope you did celebrate that a bit. Okay, Kim's popped here. Can relate to a couple of those for my dad. Getting ready for a weekend at Camaro's winning at Newcastle. I'll pass that on. I love it. I love it. Oh, Marianne, that's beautiful. As a bee tattoo in remembrance of a friend who she lost from suicide. That's another one that's really dear to my heart. Like I was sharing the other week, Dolly's Dreams. I've got some of her merchandise, and I love promoting. I love promoting that suicide's just something that where there's not enough conversations about it, and it's something that is still mystified in the way that we don't necessarily interact and be as open as, to me, I think we need to be. We need to change the fact that we're still losing way too many to suicide. And I think if we can, increase that awareness and just be aware that there's, often somebody struggling that might not even look like they're struggling, but just as a species, as a race, I think that, we need to be aware of the fact that we're losing many to suicide. And I just think we need to change that. And, I don't have all the answers, but I do think that we need to make some changes so that we can get those numbers to not be as high as what they are. And, to be able to bring it into a conversation rather than, we talk about it and everyone's a little bit, how do we talk about it? Emma Louise, yeah, absolutely. The conversation needs to be more fluid and more, I know Geordie would be the same. We connect to so many that have lost loved ones to suicide, and it's it breaks my heart. And I often get that from those that have chosen, chosen to go home is usually what they decide. And the after effects of that, they really don't want to see their loved ones suffering to the degree that they do. And we can't help it. Grief is terrible at any time, but I feel like suicide's a really a big one, to have to try and navigate as those that are left behind. So it's really massive. And yeah, Tash understands that. And that's the thing, there's so many, I think everyone knows of somebody that's passed through suicide. Everyone knows of, if they don't know them really closely, they know of someone. So it's up there in the top 10 causes of death here in Australia and probably the world as well. I haven't actually checked that recently, but we've got to look at changing it. We talk about that cancer's up there with one of the biggest causes of death. So those heart issues, all those things that we kind of know, but not many people know that suicide's up there in the top 10. I mean, that's crazy, and I just think if we can somehow, come together as a species, I say, it's like if we can come together and have a conversation and help somebody, I think just, that's really, really important. But, and that's what Geordie's sharing too. It isn't talked about enough. Hey, Monica, how are you? Monica's back. Yeah, and so Leslie shared that too. We mostly only show our best lives. We do, because we're taught to go, no one wants to hear our crap. That's what we're taught. It's like, be positive. If you talk negative, you're going to go down that path. But I do think we need to have those conversations and feel comfortable to say, crap happens. And, and that's why I'll often, every now and then, when I do lives, I'll say, don't forget you're looking at people's highlight reel. Social media encourages highlight reel. It's, we see the best because for the most part of it, that's what we're ideally shown that people want to see. Whereas I think the reality of that is that we need to be able to share what we're feeling, and a problem shared is halved. And as a community, as people all connecting, it's so important to have that support, whether it's one person or 5 people or whoever that you can go to and share, and people that notice when you're not seeming to be yourself. So, I think that's a really big one too. If you've noticed people around you aren't themselves. And I feel like, honestly, now we are more in tune to feelings. So it might not be what somebody's saying. Somebody might be saying, I am fine. But if you just have that inkling inside that says, they don't see themselves or something's not right, just take a moment to follow it, because often we feel it, but then we it's a fleeting moment of, they don't seem quite right, but we might forget to follow up. So again, that's, we've all got that massive intuitive side, and I say, like, let's utilize it, let's make it count. And, hopefully that can, that can then tend to, what do you call it? Like, help that person, because how many times have we not realized that maybe we have had that opportunity that we might have helped somebody and not even realize that just by reaching out. So yeah, it is an important one. And I have spoken to a few that have gone through that and, have said they've been close to really feeling like they wanted to end it. And then somebody else is, has spoken to them and changed that. So, I think obviously we're meant to have that conversation here. I don't apologize for it, because this is real and this is what we do on a Thursday morning. We talk real and, and Rachel's put in here too. Yeah, don't be afraid to call 000 and ask for a welfare police check. We'll go and check on somebody. There you go. So you may just save a life. Brilliant. I love that, Rachel, because it's true, and it's the trying to, the trying to navigate someone passing through suicide is really, really hard. So, and don't be afraid to contact Lifeline. That they have amazing people. There are supports there in place, and it's really important to get that help. If you're feeling low yourself, like, don't be afraid to put your hand up and say, hey, I need help here because my mental health's on a decline. And we all go through different periods of that. Some of us suffer with it more than others, but I think we can all relate to, we don't all have great days and we don't all have an amazing life, as much as it might look like it on the outside. There's times, I know for myself, there's been struggle, there's been, relationship issues and stuff running in the background, and I'm still out there doing my shows and things, but the show does go on, but you still will tend to have, things that happen. So don't think that because you look at somebody and go, oh, they're doing this and that, they've got all their shit together. Most of the time, no, we haven't. We're winging it. I love it. It's like, yes, we're just winging it in life, No one has the perfect life, and I think sometimes we've got to remind ourselves that. So sometimes if we look at somebody and go, oh, they seem to have it, I want their life or whatever, it's not, it's the highlight reel that you're seeing. So Monica's shared here, I'm slowly finding friends here now. Yoga's helped me to become centered. Yeah, brilliant. See, this is what I think at the moment, and again, because you're on this feed listening to this, we're really in a healing phase of our life right now for many. So it is about uncovering what is it what is it you want to glean from where you sit with things, and what work do we need to do it. I read a thing the other day and I thought, the secret to life is knowing yourself. So that the phrase is know thyself. And how many of us know ourselves? Not really. We might look at ourselves from other people's perspective, or what we think we put out there, or how we think we are, but how often do we actually not know the depths of ourselves? And when we look at it, we come in as a soul, we leave this lifetime as a soul. So that evolution of really being able to be the best version of ourselves is to be able to know ourselves. And it's a weird one to think about sometimes, but I think that's a secret. I think that's a secret to really connecting with what we're here for. And a lot of that is discovering ourselves. If we can't discover ourselves, how can we help others? How can we reach out? How can we be the best version? If we're spreading ourselves too thin, maybe we're giving so much of ourselves to everybody else and not really filling up our own cup. And I think we're all guilty of that. But we want to see, we want to know what lights us up, and we want to know why that lights us up. So I was also having a conversation with a friend this week, and I said, sometimes we need to stop and really take a deep breath and go, what lights us up? Is it a hell yes? If it's not a hell yes, I'm doing that because I'm excited by it, then it's a no. And it can be that simple. And how often do we find ourselves in a position where we are, battling through life and going, I don't know whether to say yes, what am I doing? I'm all over the shop, because as humans, we do tend to be like all over the shop. So, and I love this share, Monica, getting back to that, is that, the yoga, fantastic. meditation, like I can't say it enough, and I've experienced this myself. So important. And how often do we as humans do something over and over again, and we go great because we go, this is really, really good, and then we feel great, so we stop doing it. I don't know. I'll put my hand up. I do. It's like, that's great. I love it. I'll get onto a tangent and I'll be like, yep, love it, love it, love it. It's worked for me. I'm feeling great. Then it kind of slips away, you know. So, and don't and do and that's something that I find is when I share things and when I'm doing lives, this is a message for me as well. So I do take it on board that, you know, what I'm sharing with you, I need to hear that too. And that's something I think sometimes we forget is you might find yourself telling people over and over, you know, that we're told things and we connected, you know, to repeating the same things because we need to hear it. So, you know, we think we need to tell people it, but sometimes we need to hear it too. Like Rachel's here, I heard an awesome one a few days ago. Danger is real, but fear is created in our mind. Love it. I love the acronym FEAR, false evidence appearing real. My first teacher, Denise, taught me that, and it's always stuck with me. Easy one to say, not so much always hard to do, but I love that, Rachel. That's, you know, that is great because, you know, as a species, we have that, you know, that fear is part of, you know, our makeup. So it can be very much that, you know, are we in flight mode because we're feeling the fear, you know? It's certainly not an easy one, and I think fear is something we all feel, and it is very real. But I love that, you know, fear is real in our mind, but like Rachel's put here, danger is real, but the fear is created in our mind. So powerful. Thank you, Leslie. I'm doing a great job. Lucky I can talk underwater, isn't it? Oh, that's funny. That's funny. I love it. Yeah, you know, it's crazy, but we all, you know, have that experience. Hey, Haley, how are you? It's I love Marianne here. I blame myself being a Gemini. I jump from one thing to the other board easily. I know. I'm the bit the same. It's like, what the next shiny thing? You know, I look at like a lot of this, you know, the ADHD connection with jumping from one thing to another. I could relate to a lot of that. And I think many people could. But I also feel that there's a big reminder at the moment to take a step back. We are wired to look at the next thing. And when you look at it, whether it's social media, whether we're scrolling or on the tally or whatever we're doing, our attention span's gone from here to kind of here. And that's a deliberate plan. So when we're aware of it and we have an understanding of it, that basically we are a bit manipulated by what we're taking in, that then we need to go, okay, that's going to then create me to be onto the next thing. And it's a really powerful thing to realize. And I've found that even for me with meditation is when you start to do deeper and longer meditations, your brain starts to skip, right? Because we're used to skipping. So the brain tries to trick us into, oh, we need to be doing something. We need to be doing something. Oh, what about this? It's almost like you know, we're sabotaging ourselves to go, let's jump to the next thing. And so I've really found delving deeper into that meditation, and I say, even when I run classes and things, I say, if you need to, do a guided meditation where somebody's talking, but start to get into the habit of having that downtime where we're not jumping and thinking of things. And it really came up for me during meditation that I was jumping. And it was almost like I had this realization that how often do we go through our day jumping to the next thing? So we're like, we might have a list of things we want to do, and we might be doing one thing, but our mind is thinking of the next one. So all we're doing is hurrying through the one we're doing to jump to the next one. So we're not really being present. We're constantly onto the next thing. So we need to be aware of that, to then be able to go, okay, how can I stop that and how can I go to be present? So it's really about doing one thing at a time. And I know, like I have looked back and gone without even thinking. I've got like my partner likes to watch a telly and I'm there on my iPad. So I'm doing two things at once, and before you know it, that's what we do. Or we're jumping from, checking emails to then jumping on and for me, doing some writing, and I'm a little bit here, a little bit there, but not fully immersed into one thing. And I think for many of us, that's a really good message right now, is to go, you know what? Sometimes we need to just be aware that one thing, was but one thing at a time, and just enjoy being present. Like, our presence is being present. And I'm really working on that. I certainly still do jump, but I just wanted to share it because I think many of us need to hear that right now. Hey, Tony Ann, gorgeous girl. Any wisdom to share for the full moon? I'd love to hear. Tony Ann's always got amazing info that she shares with us. Hey, Melissa, lovely to connect with you. And Haley, yay, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. And Ali, heading off, yay, great to connect with you. Please send prayers out for my dad that's been diagnosed with brain cancer last week. Site of radiation, sending healing his way, Ali. It's a really hard thing when somebody goes through illness, and being lucky he's got such an amazing daughter to support him. Yeah, that will really help. So, and know, Ali, that there'll be many on this feed. There's so many amazing healers that are here that will be sending healing your way. So don't think you're on your own. Let's see here. What else have we got? Jen, my mind is always in several places at once, maybe why I'm not reading. Feel at times I have an ADHD brain. Yeah, I agree. I can relate to that, Jen. It's like, yeah, at times like ping, here's my computer pinging in the background. It didn't want to work before. Now it is. And look, and that's what it is, an example is that computer pinging. Like, I have my phone on silent all the time. I do not. I don't want to be disturbed. I want to be able to do everything I need to do, and then I would check my phone. And it's almost like, for me, it's going back to the days where we had landlines and you had your day free, and of a night you come, you'd check your answering machine and you'd return calls. I just feel sometimes we feel we have to be on all the time, and I think we need to remember we don't. It's how it is. Like, you can use any excuse you want, and I know sometimes, okay, it might be around, you've got to keep your be there for kids and things, but you could make it that, yes, you get notifications for them, but nobody else. So these are things prioritizing time, and I feel like time's our biggest asset, so we don't want to underutilize that. And Tony Ann shared here, being present slows time down too. Yes, absolutely. Our life rushes too fast. It's a good way to stamp in the now and slow time down for a moment. And trust me, if you think that time's going too fast, try and do a meditation. Half an hour feels like you're sitting there for 2 hours. Like, that's how it starts. You just go, oh my God, this feels like the longest time ever. And that's how it starts. But then as we go along, we start to get into that slow-mo. So exciting. Hey, Gay, haven't sold your house yet? I don't think it'll take you that long. It's my feeling on that. Hey, Maria, guilty of multitasking too. Aren't we all? But, I really think we are wired. We are a little bit manipulated by what's going on around us. And I feel like that is, you look at whether it's social media, whether it's on your computer, whether anything that's on that creates us to be on, you look at how we're fed information fast. We can't, like, they're talking now of doing a video, it used to be like 3 or 4 minutes. Now people want it to 30 seconds. That's it. 30 seconds. And I'm guilty of that sometimes. I'm like, oh, if this is going on too long, I don't want to listen. Listen to me now going on for 40 minutes on my own. So, and it's just how it is. But, I do think that when we become aware of it, and, we state that as something, and I say, like, ask your spiritual team, because we all have, I call them our spiritual cheerleaders. So they're all there to help. If we need help with this, we just want to ask and say, present us with the opportunity to be able to just sit and be present, to be able to not be on all of the time, and just to have that awareness of being able to turn off if we need to, because it's true. Like, it is true. We just become on too much, and that's where I think we often lose that connection to self, because we're so busy just being busy, so yeah, I just think that's our reminder. So maybe that's a good one to have happen. So Gay's put in here, Gay selling her house too. So what, Gay and Rachel, it's just pretty cool to be moving right now. I think it's cool. You've got this, Gay. The right person will come along. You're in a great position. Gay's house is beautiful. The right person will come along and jump at that. Great location, lovely bit of land around. It's really nice. Monica shared in here, it's funny, I work 4 days a week at the moment. It feels like an easy job, just admin. So I started yoga a month ago, wanting to do more work with my bowls, but I haven't found a space yet. I'd love some guidance moving forward. Working on me and my values has been good. No TV, just Facebook as a distraction. Loving the beach and the markets on Sunday. Beautiful. That sounds like you're in the perfect zone, Monica. And, as far as guidance goes, it's just trusting. And I do feel at the moment we're being reminded to take time out. Like, so just sitting in the energy of ourselves and going, what is it we need to know? Because I've even found that lately with readings, it's like spirit are not giving people that this is exactly what you need to do, because there needs to be some kind of discovery along the way. And when you look at it, all great roads, all things that you've done that have been, you look back on and go, that was super fantastic. It is about how you got there for the most part of it. The end result is great, but how you got there is the real power and the tool that allows us to, grab onto that and go, that's cool. That's been fun. That's where you meet other people. We have this conversation. We start to share and go, you know what? We're starting to be able to just connect into that sense of self. So Tony Ann's put here, doing a spectacular job. Thank you, Tony Ann. Tony, how dare Tony go to Japan and be away for 2 weeks, hey? We'll have to, he'll be back next week, so that'll be fine. But anyway, Maria's put, I want Gay's house. It is, Maria. It's a beautiful house. Like, Gay's place is amazing. And I think, Gay, it's really well priced for what it is. I really do. I think you're on the money there. Yeah, Rachel's share the link. Yes. Yeah, Gay, we can share the link. Absolutely. I need to do that too. Great local property. Great for people with horses or close to the Hume, not far from Melbourne. Great spot. So, yeah. Jen's put here, yeah, what's with that? I'm wondering if he's actually coming back. He's coming back. He's not getting away with it for more than a couple of weeks, Jen. No way. No. He's just, we would not let him. Love it. And, the journey, the lessons in life, absolutely. How often do we start somewhere, or we have something in our head and then we go, I don't know what I'm doing, but you know what? I'm doing it. So yeah, I think sometimes it's also, we need to let go of, and I think that's what I shared when we first started this show, is letting go of what we think things need to look or feel like or be. And that can be where a lot of power comes in, the opportunities come in, and it's great fun, and just being an allowance of where you are right now and trusting. There is a lot to do with trust and having faith that definitely makes a big difference to how we navigate life. All right. Rachel's, yeah, letting go of the outcome. We'll share that one because that's a really big one. It's a big one. As humans, control freaks. We are wired to be control freaks and have to know the next step. How many times do we do that? We just feel like we need to be in control. And let's be honest, when are we ever in control? We're not. For the most part of it, we're not. All right. Oh, how amazing is this? Now, this this is the second time this goddess has come up. Lakshmi. Now, this is amazing. So she's a flow of abundance. So I'm just pulling this card for the collective. And as we're talking now, Rachel, of course, you're in tune, letting go of the outcome. Flow. Let goddess blessings enrich your life. Goddess Lakshmi. So you can actually, there's a lot on her on YouTube. She is a goddess of abundance and bringing forward what you want. And I know I was listening to, I think it was something on YouTube last week, and she came up. I was like, oh, who is this goddess? Anyway, so ideally what they say is to print off a picture and connect to that. So yeah, she is the goddess of bringing what you need. So that's pretty powerful for today. I think that's a great collective message. Let goddess blessings enrich your life. And it's number 11. So I hope that, that resonates, because number ones are really prevalent at the moment, is what I feel. Her name is Lakshmi. So it's Lakshmi. Check her out, Leslie. So yeah, she's the goddess of abundance and bringing forward what we need. What's Rachel got here? So where's our next house? As long as Trav and I together, we'll be fine. Yeah, we have some swags. Yeah, you need the land, Rachel. I see land, growing things, getting into the being part of it, collective. So an area that is great for sense of community. And Leslie's a number 1. I love it. Love, love, love. All right, let's see who we've got now. The next one we've got is a shelter. You are cherished. This is beautiful. Look, it's got the foxes. We've got a little robin, redbreast. These cards are beautiful. These cards are the goddess love cards from a lady called Wendy Andrew. They're beautiful. Like, the pictures are amazing. Look at the foxes, and the little robin redbreast, and I don't know, it's a moose or a deer in the background. I think it might be a moose. Anyway, shelter. So this is almost giving confirmation that for those that maybe need a reset, spend a bit of downtime, to just be an allowance of sheltering and, giving yourself that break, because how often do we do that? And I say not often enough do we give ourselves a break. And I say a lot, let ourselves off the hook. It's really powerful. There you go. Monica found $50 note in the grass. That's a great sign of abundance. That's a sign of riches coming. Like, if you're finding things like that, that's a surefire way. That's confirmation. Very much confirmation. So yeah. And I love Leslie's other comment. We attach to people, places, and things. As humans, don't we do that? So when you look at, we come into this life as a soul and we leave. We don't take any of the external stuff. All we take are the experiences. And when we start to connect in with that, we start to value the experiences and the connections over necessarily things. So we don't feel we need to surround ourselves with those things to bring us happiness. We get the happiness from here. So if we remember that, we always go, the happiness comes from in here. So we need to look after here first over everything else. It's here. So when we look after here, the rest takes care of itself. It's common sense, but it's we forget. Common sense isn't all that common, as I say. Leslie's gone, go back, there might be a bag of money. I like that. I love that, Leslie. Go and find that money. Love it, love it. Jen. Go to the advertisement online and copy the link. Oh, yeah, so he's sharing, Gay. Yeah, you just copy the link, Gay. It's pretty easy, but look, someone will share it for you. And Rachel can share hers too. We'll all share. That's what we are as a community. We're a community of sharers here. So if anyone needs, even businesses, if you're on here and you have a business that you'd like to, share the link, please do, because, we're all a community that supports and helps each other, and yeah, it's really important to know that you've got others out there helping. You're not on your own. So yeah, it's really powerful. Oh, and this one, I love this card. It's a number 2, live in the moment and awakening. These cards have literally just confirmed every single thing we have come up with. So awakening. I believe right now there's an awakening happening for many of us. And this is where we get the opportunity to explore what it is that's coming up, what we need to heal. We've got the full moon energy. It's like, what do we need to release? We're all about letting go, and clearing your space is really important right now. But yeah, this one is living in the moment. I love it. I love how cards are just like, you know what? Live in the moment. Live in the moment. Kim wants me to put the. Does everyone want the swear word one coming up? I don't get offended, but I am aware that some people do. So yeah, but yeah, I'll have a look. Tony Ann's got a good share here. Further to what Leslie said, needing things. Things hold energy. Sometimes letting go of people means also letting go of their stuff and prominent photos of them in our space. Okay, that's pretty cool. We really need to pull everything back to only those things, people's ideas that bring us joy. Yeah, it is. It's Japanese technique. I know Marie Kondo, who I love, and I have her book, and often we'll go back to it because it's kind of like you clear space, and all of a sudden you look around and go, "Oh, I've got more stuff." So, but it is something we can continuously do, and even if it's room by room, even if it's a drawer. Clearing out stuff allows room for new things to come in, and we're all at that stage. The energy at the moment is really conducive to bringing in some really cool new stuff. So, yeah, really a lot of power. Thank you, Leslie. Thanks for your support. I really appreciate it. That's great. Oh, good. We've got some links coming up for people that are on here. Lisa's got amazing Scentsy. I love the wishy washes. They're the best. Put in your washing, make your clothes smell amazing. Yeah, Jen's got the effing honest oracle cards by Lindy. I love Lindy. Often connect with her. She's an amazing soul. Okay, I'll pull a couple of these cards. All right. Don't be offended, or you know what? Be offended if you want to. I'll let Tony's not here, and Tony likes to. He'll be rapt if I offended a couple of people. That'll feel like he's part of this thing, wouldn't it? All right. So these little cards. Are you? I'm just going to flash that up. Are you effing serious? Okay. So they're little. One of those little ones that have all these little. So when I saw them, I'm like, I have to get those because I love humor. To me, everything's funny. Like if I can bring humor, I sometimes inappropriate humor is really my jam. So sometimes, or I will laugh if there's something like I'm about to, I don't know, if I see something coming that's a bit scary, I'll start laughing. So that's my default setting. So anyway, I've pulled one of these cards, Kim, just for you. I don't mind coming to work, but waiting 8 hours to go home is bullshit. I love it. That's pretty cute. Oh my God. This next one's appropriate for us. Here we go. A lot of days I truly expect my horoscope to say, just don't kill anyone today. How cool it is. If you want a deck, contact my cousin, Georgetown News Agency. There's only one in Georgetown, Tasmania. She'd love it. I'd love to get a lot of people ringing up going, can we order these? She'd be like, what are you doing? The next one, if you can't handle me at my worst, then you probably can't handle me at my best either. My best is just me at my worst, but with eyeliner and brushed hair. I love it. Oh my God. Love it, love it, love it. Yes, Newspaper Express Georgetown. Jen, share that link. Love it, love it, love it. I like this one too. I'm going for the cleaner ones a little bit. I like to leave little notes in my kids' lunchbox, like, sorry, the wheat things are stale. That's what happens when you leave the box open. I could do that with my partner. Sorry, your biscuits are all stale, because he'll open the pack and shove them back in the pantry. Oh, love it, love it, love it, love it. Oh, dear. Oh, these are funny. I'm entertaining myself here, guys. No one else might find this funny, but I do. Every day I tell myself, Susan, you have to stop drinking so much wine. Thankfully, my name is not Susan. These cards are... Oh, absolutely. Yes, Jen, you've got it. These are the best in the world. Imagine laughing. Okay, I found the thing on how to use it. Things I need to stay 6 feet away from: refrigerator, Mexican food, credit card, and Amazon. Oh my God. Oh dear. This one I read before. This is hilarious, and I'm glad I found this one. My therapist told me, write letters to the people you hate, then burn them. I did that, but now I don't know what to do with all the letters. So I hope everyone's getting a laugh out of this. This is a great way to wrap the show up, isn't it? Oh, Leslie, this is the name of them. These are great gifts. Absolutely be great gifts for someone you know fairly well. Oh my goodness. I like this one. This was the first one. This is the first one I read, and I was like, I have to have these cards, right? What? Wife sounds better than girlfriend, but single sounds better than stupid. I was just like, who comes up with these? It's I'm just like, oh my God, yes. Ring up the Georgetown news agents. Ask to speak to Sue, and she'll kill me because everyone will want these. But they are great, and it'd be great to support a small business. I love it. And this is for many of us, right? I run entirely on inappropriate thoughts. There we go. I like that. Tony'd love that. That's a real Tony saying that one. And this is a ripper. All right. Monica, you love this one. Number of times I've worn yoga pants, 4,837. And the number of times I've done yoga, 0. Oh dear, I love it. I love it. They're great. They're great. I love it. Here's another one. I'll do 2 more. All right, what have we got? I'm trying to find the best ones. There should be a weather app for people with social anxiety. Like today, IKEA will be partly crowdy with a 70% chance of people that you don't know. Oh my God, I've just entertained myself. I could sit here all day and read these. Like, seriously. Anyway, they are funny. So, are you fucking serious cards is what they are, and they are hilarious. So if you want to laugh, get yourself some. Yeah, they've got some great card decks there, and even there's some positive affirmation ones too, which I love as well. But you've got to have fun. You've got to have fun. And Monica wants to convince me to come to Townsville, the folk festival in June. I would love to, Mon, but May and June are pretty full on at the moment. So what do we do? May, Sydney MBS at the end of May. Then I'm flying out to England. So it'll be in England till middle of June. Hey, Kath. I didn't say hello before. I apologise. So I love it. Yeah, we activewear we call it. It's not yoga pants, is it? Here we go. Activewear. Everyone wears them. Nobody does anything active in them. Great. Who cares? They're comfy. Doesn't matter. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Really appreciate it. And Hayley's from Townsville. So great. Yes, I love Townsville. Definitely would love to put that on the list. I am second half of the year. I am a little bit flexible with months, and I love to travel. So yeah, certainly nothing's off the table, and I certainly love to do some shows in different areas. And I love sort of country. I love areas that are a bit out of the way that don't get to have people visit, like Georgetown. It was awesome. So country people love to have a show when they have to go to big towns to see people. So I love to be. That's me. Yeah, Jen, I'm coming back to Tassie. Absolutely. Thank you for all the support without Tony. Thanks, Mel. I appreciate it. It's like, oh, my sidekick's not here, but you know what? We've managed it. So anyway, but if he's not back, he'll be back next week. He definitely will be back. So yeah, I'm not even going to say if he's not. He's not, he's not, that's it. Jen, yes, I would do a class 100%. Absolutely. Yeah, I'd love to. Love to support those in the industry. I love connecting for those that do readings or, want to step up to do them. I'm 100% behind you, and I love that. So, and mediumship, all the rest of it. Yep. We'll definitely, we'll gather. We'll create a gathering. All right, everyone. Much love to you all. See you all same time, same place next week. And we'll have the Tone Meister here, so we'll be able to stir him up. See what Japan was all about. All right. Take care, everyone. See you next week. Bye for now.